With the start of the DCU being a new DC universe in live action movies, and the recent release of Superman being an amazing movie and an amazing start to this new DC universe by James Gunn, which has already introduced us to a lot of DC characters, I just thought I'd make a list of some characters that I'd love to see in the new DCU. Some of the characters on my list here are some characters that have never been in live action and I think deserve to be in live action. And some of the characters are some characters I think need a redo or a remake, if you get what I mean. You'll see what I mean later, but yeah. I will say, this list, it does consist of some of my favourite characters, and characters I believe are very underrated in the DC universe. Like, not many people would know these characters, but I believe if they were in live action and done well, many people would love these characters and really resonate with them, in my opinion. And also, some of these characters I think will fit James Gunn's idea of the DCU Gods and Monsters phase, or the phase 1. So yeah. But before we do get into my list of characters that I would love to see in the new DCU, please make sure to like the video and subscribe, and let me know your thoughts on my list, and let me know some other characters you would love to see in the new DCU. Oh, and also, if these characters that I'm about to name have been leaked or been rumoured or is going to be in the DCU very soon, please let me know, because I'm not that caught up with the DCU news / leaks. So yeah. And enough yapping, let's get into it. Okay, cool. Starting off with my list, this person just has to be in the DCU, and it is Martian Manhunter. How has he not been in a live action movie? Like, bro, he's such an iconic character of the Justice League and DC as a whole. I feel like many non-DC fans even know Martian Manhunter. He's that iconic. So yeah. And if you don't know who Martian Manhunter is, he's basically very similar to Superman. He's very powerful. He has pretty much most of the powers of Superman, with the additions of telekinesis, telepathy, shapeshifting, all that stuff. And he is also very intelligent. And he's, well, from Mars. He's a Martian. So yeah, I think he definitely deserves to be in the new DCU. Most people, when they think of the Justice League, they think of Martian Manhunter being in there because of the iconic Justice League animated TV series from back in the day, which all of us grew up watching. So yeah, he should definitely be up there. Next up, and this is not in any order by the way, but next up I have got Clarion, the Witch Boy. Now if you don't know who this is him right here, and it's pretty much in his name. He is literally a teenage boy with demonic chaos magic. Does that not sound cold already? And he has a demonic cat which he gets his powers from. He's basically very similar to Scarlet Witch in a way, with chaos magic. But yeah, I was first introduced to Clarion in Young Justice, as I'm pretty sure most other people are. And I'm pretty sure I do remember him being in a Batman animated series, but I didn't know who he was at the time. I just knew he was a boy with a cat who was rich. He was literally outbidding Batman at one point. But yeah, I definitely do think he should be in the new DCU, as it's literally Gods and Monsters, and I think he fits right in there in my opinion. So yeah, if you don't know much about Clarion, you should definitely watch Young Justice. He's one of the more underrated villains. He's one of the best characters in that whole show, in my opinion. But yeah, next up, I have got Solomon Grundy. Oh my days, he's one of my favourite characters in the whole of DC. And again, like I said before, in my opinion, he would fit perfectly in the Gods and Monsters phase of DCU. As well, if you can't tell from this picture right here, he's literally a zombie. He has a very tragic story. And I can't lie, there have been quite a few depictions or iterations / adaptations of Solomon Grundy, such as in the Arkham games and the Justice League animated series. The Justice League animated series is where I really connected and became a fan of the character. He used to be a mafia, like mob boss criminal type of person. He was then shot and buried in a swamp. And what people didn't know about that swamp was there was sort of like magical properties within that swamp. He basically rose from the dead and became Solomon Grundy, a big walking zombie. And his memories, he doesn't really remember much of his old life. All he pretty much knows is he loves money, he loves wealth, and well, he knows he's born on a Monday. That is what ultimately gave him that name. Solomon Grundy was born on a Monday, from that nursery rhyme poem thing. So yeah. And again, if you don't know much about Solomon Grundy, I highly recommend you watch the Justice League animated series, because he's a pretty cool character. I like his character. He's like a villain / anti-hero. Like, he doesn't actually want to be a villain, but since he's basically like a big baby, he kind of gets controlled by people. But the criminals he's around, he definitely puts them in his place sometimes. But yeah, I just love his innocence in the whole show. He's this big, strong zombie, but he's very innocent. Like, there was an episode where he literally gave Batman water because he asked for it. Like, bro, Solomon Grundy is a goat. I hope he's in the DCU sometime. I'm not going to spoil anything as well. In the Justice League animated series, he did have a tragic story. I will say that. I won't spoil it, but yeah. Next up, I have got Raven from Teen Titans. And I won't lie, yes, she was in that Titans TV show. But let's be real here, that Titans TV show was not the best, as we all know. And of course, the God and Monsters phase, she fits perfectly right there because her dad is literally this person right here, Trigon, who a lot of people think is going to be the big bad, like the Thanos of the DCU. But yeah, if you don't know Raven, I don't know how you don't know about Raven, but just watch any Teen Titans animated show and you'll understand how powerful she is. She's very powerful with her magic and telekinesis and stuff like that. So yeah, and I really do hope if they do add her in the DCU, they do her justice, because she's such a great character. But yeah. Next up, I have got another Teen Titans member, and that is Beast Boy. And similar to Raven, well, he was in the Titans TV show, and again, pretty trash, I won't lie. I didn't really watch much of that show, but I mean, Beast Boy is literally one of my favourite DC characters, so I'd often search up like scenes, and it better not be the budget. But please explain why this Beast Boy would only turn into one animal. Like, he has the whole entire animal kingdom at his disposal, and he only turns into like 2 animals. What? But yeah, if it was due to budget problems, the DCU budget should not be a problem, and I hope they do him justice. Like, bro, he's such a powerful character. But yeah. Next up in my list, I have got Ragman. Now, if you don't know who Ragman is, look how cool his suit is. Look how cool he looks. I was first introduced to this character from the Arrow TV show, and that's where this picture's from. So, this is how I knew of Ragman. And, well, again, in my opinion, he fits in the Gods and Monsters phase, in my opinion. He does have a very tragic story as well with, well, his whole city, Haven Rock, being blown up to pieces. And his dad gave him these ancient, magical, mystical rags, who he wrapped the sun around. And, well, and that sun right there, this person was the only person left in Haven Rock. Everything else was pretty much obliterated. So yeah, a very powerful character right here. Those mystical / magical robes are no joke. And just look how cool he looks. Like, the aura, I don't like to use that word, but the aura right here is crazy. But yeah. But I will say, in my opinion, the Arrow show did a very good job of him. But tell me why he was only in like 5 episodes. I don't know why he left. But yeah, he was such an underrated character during season 5 or 6, whenever he was introduced. But yeah, I just hope they do him justice, and I just hope they do him as good as the Arrow show did, or even better. Next up, I have got Miss Martian, the niece of Martian Manhunter right here. And of course, I was introduced to her in Young Justice. And in my opinion, she was one of the best characters of the whole show. Not only does she possess the same powers as Martian Manhunter, but she really connects with her team. Like, she's very, like bubbly, friendly, always positive. Not saying that Martian Manhunter is like just a boring person. Martian Manhunter is more of a serious person, as we all know. But Miss Martian is pretty much the same person. And in the show, it was stated she is probably more powerful than Martian Manhunter. But yeah. Next up, I have got Red Tornado, another character I was introduced to with Young Justice. And I won't lie, he was the GOAT. He was so cool in Young Justice. He reminds me a lot of Vision in the MCU. So I do think a lot of people will see similarities, even though they are completely different. If you don't know his powers, he is basically in the name. He's literally a robot / android, and, well, he can cause very powerful tornadoes, like world-destroying tornadoes. And he can fly. Very powerful character, in my opinion, and very underrated. But yeah, I just hope if they do add him in, I just know he'll look so cool. I just hope they do his design really well. But I hope they don't make him look like Iron Man. Because I have a feeling if they add him, they might make him look like Iron Man, a red metal person. Just hope they don't do that, but yeah. Next up, I have got Deathstroke. One of my favourite villains in the whole of DC and in fiction. He's just so cool. And I know there have been many iterations / adaptations of Deathstroke, such as in the Arkham games, Teen Titans, the Arrowverse. And I'm pretty sure I do remember Lex Luthor in the old DCU hiring Deathstroke, but we saw nothing after that. But yeah, that's why I hope if they do add him to the DCU, they do him justice. Deathstroke from the Arrow TV show was amazing, an amazing adaptation of Deathstroke, but I hope we get to see an even better one in live action, because, well, he's just so cool, and I thought that a lot of people would also like Deathstroke as well. I just hope they do Slade Wilson justice. Oh, and yeah, and if you don't know who Deathstroke is, well, he's pretty much the same as Wade Wilson. If you don't know already, one of them is a copy of another. I'm pretty sure Deadpool was the copy of Deathstroke. But yeah, just imagine Deadpool, but more serious, if you don't know who he is. But yeah. Next up on this list, I have got Starfire, another Teen Titans member, and a very popular character as well. And again, she was in the Netflix show, and like I said about Raven and Beast Boy, it wasn't the best. That's why I hope in the new DCU, they do Starfire justice. And I have seen some posts online about, like, fan casting of Starfire. I won't lie, a lot of people are moving crazy. Let's just say a lot of the fans are very weird. Let's just say that. But yeah, I do hope the DC does a great job at Starfire, of course, if they do add her. Because she's such a good character in my opinion. A lot of people just know her because of Robin/Nightwing and just being like a pretty person in the team. But she is much more than that. She is mad powerful. She's literally an alien. Come on now. But yeah, and I won't lie, in all of the Teen Titans like shows, like the animated ones, she's been pretty good in all of them. But my favourite adaptation of Starfire was this one. And I know a lot of people loved this one right here, which, I won't lie, I do see what you lot are seeing. Starfire here was something, I can't lie. Next up though, I have got Plastic Man. And if you don't know who Plastic Man is, just think of Mr. Fantastic, but a more comedic one, if you get what I mean. If they do add him to the new DCU, I want them to make him like a comedic character. Because that's pretty much what he is. He's a very entertaining superhero. And a very powerful superhero at that as well. He's pretty much unkillable. He's very hard to kill, let's just say that. I hope they do Plastic Man correctly, and, well, I hope the CGI is not trash. Because if he's stretching around and creating stuff with his body, the CGI better not be terrible. But yeah. Next up, I have got Zatana. Now, I was first introduced to Zatana properly in Young Justice, and I won't lie, she was a very interesting character, and a very powerful magician. Like, if they add her in the DCU, they better make her a very powerful character. They better not nerf her, because, well, she's literally one of the most powerful magic users in the whole of the DC. So yeah. And my final character on this list, I have got Mr. Freeze. Now, if they add Mr. Freeze in the new DCU, they better make him interesting, and they better do him right, because his story, as we all know, is a very tragic story. He's not actually like an evil villain. He's just doing what he can to try to save his wife. So I hope if they do add Mr. Freeze, I do hope they add the tragic, emotional part of Mr. Freeze, if you get what I mean. But yeah, this has been my list of some characters that I really want to see in the new DCU. Let me know your thoughts on my list of characters. Let me know your list in the comments below of characters that you want to see. And yeah, I just really hope all of these characters that I mentioned, they do them justice, they do them right in the new DCU. But yeah, if you did enjoy this video though, please make sure to like and subscribe. And yeah, have yourselves a great day. See ya.